Welcome back to the show. How you doing, mate?
I am doing fantastic. It's great to be back in New Zealand with my wife and kids.
Yeah, how have you recovered? How long does it take to recover after 12 rounds like that?
You know, the 12 rounds was a good fight, and it was a good 12 rounds, but it wasn't the busiest pace, and I guess it didn't take too long to recover. Zhang and myself didn't throw the most body punches, so it wasn't really like after a day I was back to normal.
Wow. You got knocked down twice. So during the fight, when that happened, what were you thinking?
I was thinking as soon as I got knocked down, I looked over to my corner, and just to get a reminder of what to do, and the reminder was to stay calm, stay relaxed, and stay focused. Because in times of that, you either go to the red zone, which is like you panic and you get worried, or you go to the blue zone, which is just chill, relax, and keep calm, keep focused, and follow the game plan.
When it happened the second time, what were you thinking?
Again, I was like, oh man, this is going to be a tough fight in the office. But again, I had to stay calm, and it was one of those punches where he caught me at the back of the head. The first one was a knockdown, right in the face, and the second one was behind the head. But in the moments like that, you really have to dig deep, and you really have to refocus, because being knocked down isn't the most fun thing to do, to get done to you.
No, hell no, and twice in a fight as well. What does it feel like at the time? Does it feel, I don't know, does it feel humiliating? Do you feel like, wow, what the hell just happened there? Or do you get angry about it?
Not so much humiliating, and no anger. It's more like, okay, this is a challenge. You know, the challenge of recovering, the challenge of staying focused in a time like this, the challenge of pushing through when you get knocked down, because getting knocked down, it can always take you off your game plan. And the game plan going in was to box smart, move, and don't get hit. Obviously, I got hit, and it was times like that where I really had to dig deep and refocus to what we were trying to achieve.
Listening to you now, Joseph, this is such a mature attitude. Can you just imagine now if you had this knowledge now and you thought like that when you fought Anthony the first time, for example? How much have you learned over the last couple of years? It sounds like an enormous amount.
You know, if I had what I have now, like at the beginning of my career, of fighting Andy Ruiz or fighting Joshua, I'll be a totally different fighter. I think I've matured as a fighter, not only physically but mentally as well. I've got a great team around me who I really believe in with my whole heart. And and now when I'm not in camp, I keep in shape. I eat clean. I spend quality time with the family, but I enjoy it. Like, I really do love it way more than I did before.
Is this just something that is natural to learn as a fighter? Like, I'm sure that people told you these things in the early part of your career, but is it one of those things you've actually got to go through it to learn it?
I think you have to go through the ups and downs in order to learn what really works for you. And I know a lot of people in the beginning of my career and throughout my career have given me advice and given me bits and pieces here and there, but I never really the complete package as to what I have now with George Lockhart and Andy Lee. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that these two together have made a complete change in not only my physical, how I look physically, but mentally as well, and the focus and also the confidence going into fights.
Joseph Parker is with us. He's a really tricky fighter, Big Bang Zhang, isn't he? He looks awkward to fight, and he's obviously dangerous.
He's very tricky. He's very dangerous, and he packs a punch, and that's why they call him the Big Bang. And he, with Zhang and the experience that he has coming from, he's been to the Olympics once or twice, I believe, in being an amateur for a long time. I actually fought him as an amateur and lost. So at the moment, it's 1-1. It's 1 to me, 1 to him. But my one means a lot more because it's the professional game, the one that means the most in our careers.
Do you really want to fight him again, or is it just one of those contractual things where you have to?
It's a contractual thing. But in saying that, like, I am contracted to fight Zhang again, but you just never know what's going to happen in boxing and what the people in Saudi Arabia, the promoters, what they want to do. So it's either a rematch or either they might even scratch it and give me someone else. So at the moment, I'm just keeping in shape. I'm still spending good time here at home with my family, keeping in shape. I just finished an hour and a half run on the treadmill and just staying ready for when they buzz me up again.
Again, is this a learned and a maturity thing? Because previously, I know as a young fighter, you'd have your fight, and because it's just so intense, the camp and the fight and everything, and then you've got a few months off, and you just kind of, you don't let yourself go, but what you do is you kind of perhaps let yourself mentally go. It sounds as though you're actually a lot more in train, though, now.
I'm a lot more in training. I'm a lot more focused, and I'm happy, and I'm a happy fighter. And when I'm in training camp, I'm a very happy fighter, and I do everything right. That's training, eating, and sleeping, and just following the plan. When I'm at home, I feel like I'm a happy father and a happy husband. And in camp, it's very important to be a happy father and husband, because that translates into your boxing camp and translates into your fight. So as a complete package with my career and with my family life, I feel like everything is on track.
How did you
I'm just a happy man.
Sorry for interrupting. How did you reach that place, Joseph? Did you talk to people? Do you kind of get advice from people? Do you have some kind of guru that has impressed this upon you?
It's not so much talking to one person or individual. It's actually talking to a lot of people in my team, and also surrounding yourself with the people, with the right people with the same focus and the same drive and the same goals. And when you surround yourself with these types of people, everyone's aiming to achieve one thing, and that's we all work in unison.
Because it must be, times really lonely when you're away in camp, just not seeing your family and your kids. And I know that you talk to them every night, but but your wife and your family are at home. They're probably worried as hell about you and all of that. How do you kind of absorb all of that and still be able to focus on what is a brutal thing you do?
In recent times now, I've been very blessed by the sport of boxing to live a good life and to travel the world and have the opportunity now to travel with my family.
Okay.
We were in Ireland 4.5 weeks when I was in training camp. But the only reason why they came home when I went to Saudi Arabia was because my wife is pregnant with another baby number 5.
Congratulations.
So thank you very much. But boxing has blessed us to be able to travel together as a family. We're able to enjoy life around the world and experience these experiences that not many get to experience. So it's a blessing.
5 in a row, my man. 5 in a row. You're boxing better now than you ever have. How about that?
I think I'm boxing better now because it's 5 in a row. No, I'm boxing a lot better now because I understand what I'm doing and I understand what they're trying to teach me. And I'm like, when you're a happy fighter and you enjoy everything that you do, you're very dangerous. And I feel like it's just everything is just complete at the moment. And I'm still striving to do a lot better than I have done in the past and doing now.
How has that Wilder fight changed everything for you? Because it has, hasn't it?
It's changed everything because of the outcome, getting to win on the big stage, and obviously the boost of confidence. And there's a few things in camp we learned from that fight that we're able to adjust for the Zhang fight and future fights, not only with but with the nutrition and the rest and everything else. So every at 11 years of fighting, I'm still learning, and we're still picking up things that we need to work on, not only training-wise, but with everything else that a boxer has to go through.
You must have been absolutely chuffed at Anthony Joshua's comments afterwards, because they were really generous in praise for you, and he also intimated then, didn't he, that he would like to fight you again, and you deserve that level of fight. I thought that was really cool from him.
I thought it was great, and I did go into his change room after the fight, and we had a good chat, and we congratulated each other, and we said to each other, we'd love to do it again one day. And there's a lot of respect between us. When you share the ring with someone for 12 rounds, there's always going to be respect, because we're both in there giving it our best. And we had that discussion, and hopefully we can do it one day soon again.
How much more dangerous is he now, man? I mean, he destroyed Francis.
Oh, he looked dangerous.
Yeah.
He looked dangerous. Yeah. He looked lethal. He looked energetic. He looked powerful. And he's a force to be reckoned with again in the heavyweight division.